The day Trump's bluff was called, how Gavin Newsom stood up to threats of arrest. It was a political moment that really exposed the weakness behind all the bluster. Political bullies, they thrive on intimidation. They use threats and bluster to control narratives and, honestly, to silence opposition. But when they're confronted by someone willing to stand their ground, the bully is often exposed as weak and fearful. That dynamic played out in full view this week when California Governor Gavin Newsom responded to threats from Donald Trump and former ICE Director Tom Homan. After Trump suggested Newsom could be arrested and Homan floated the possibility of prosecuting California officials, Newsom's response was direct. "Arrest me! Do it to my face!" This moment mattered for more than just political theater. It demonstrated a pattern in Trump's leadership, where strength is performed but not really practiced, and it provided a roadmap for how public figures can actually push back against authoritarian tactics. In this video, we're going to examine the sequence of events in detail, supported by quotes, timelines, and video evidence. We'll also consider why this clash matters in the broader context of American democracy. The controversy began during a series of public statements by Trump and his allies regarding California's handling of immigration enforcement. Before we dive deeper, if you're into this kind of breakdown, give the video a like, subscribe for more, and let me know your opinion in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Now on with the video. Trump has repeatedly attacked Newsom and California officials over their refusal to cooperate with federal immigration crackdowns. During a White House press conference, Trump was asked what crime Newsom had committed that would justify arrest. His response: though unserious as a legal argument, the statement carried an implicit threat. Trump was signaling support for using federal power against political opponents, a tactic increasingly common in his rhetoric. Meanwhile, Tom Homan appeared on Fox News and CNN, suggesting that politicians interfering with ICE operations could face prosecution. If they cross that line, we will seek prosecution. When asked specifically whether that included Governor Newsom or Mayor Karen Bass, Homan replied, "Of course it includes anybody who commits a crime. Governor Newsom has not done anything to warrant an arrest in your view right now." Correct. I don't see him, not at this time. Rather than backing down, Governor Newsom confronted the threat head-on. In public interviews and on the Midas Touch network, he stated, "Arrest me, do it to my face. Come here right now if you want to arrest me, I'm not afraid. But stop targeting innocent families." Newsom condemned the use of military and law enforcement to create fear in immigrant communities, saying, "Lay your hands off 4-year-old girls trying to get educated. Lay your hands off these poor people just trying to live their lives." He also criticized the unprecedented deployment of National Guard and military forces in civilian areas, calling it, well, mass panic and un-American. In a direct message to Trump, Newsom said, "Mr. President, show some decency, show some humanity, act like a commander-in-chief. If you want to be president, at least play the part." When we met during the wildfires, he was completely cordial. He never mentioned the National Guard, never mentioned arrests. Hours later, he's calling me newscum and threatening prosecution. This exposed a key point. Trump's tough talk occurs when he is behind a podium or in front of a camera, not in direct personal exchanges. Following Newsom's defiant response, Trump and Homan began walking back their rhetoric. On CNN, Homan clarified, "No, not at this time. We're not arresting Governor Newsom." On Fox News, he added, "No one threatened to arrest him. If he crosses the line and commits a crime, we'll seek prosecution." These statements conflicted with earlier remarks and the broader narrative Trump had promoted. Further evidence of the inconsistency emerged from Trump himself. When asked by Fox's Peter Doocy whether talking about Newsom's arrest might help Newsom politically, Trump deflected, In my case, it was a witch hunt. In his case, it's very obvious what's happened, but no, I don't think it helps him. Later, Trump softened even further, saying, "I like Gavin Newsom, he's a nice guy, but he's grossly incompetent." This pivot from threats of arrest to personal insults to grudging civility illustrates the pattern often seen in Trump's conflicts. The moment real confrontation looms, the bluster collapses. This exchange was not an isolated incident, it fits into a broader pattern of Trump's political style. Initial threat, Trump or an ally issues a provocative threat to a political opponent. Public reaction, the target either caves or fights back. Retreat, if confronted forcefully, Trump often retreats, denies the initial threat, or shifts the narrative. In this case, Gavin Newsom's refusal to be intimidated exposed that cycle in real time. Moreover, the episode highlighted the dangers of normalizing threats of using federal law enforcement against political opponents. Trump's casual suggestion of arresting a sitting governor without legal basis should concern anyone who values democratic norms. It also underscored the importance of principled resistance. Newsom's stance provided a model for how public officials and citizens can respond to authoritarian posturing, with clarity, courage, and an unwillingness to back down. As Newsom aptly stated, "If you want to be president, at least play the part, act like a grown-up." By calling Trump's bluff, Newsom demonstrated that the supposed strength of the Trump regime often masks deep insecurity. When challenged with equal resolve, that facade quickly falls apart. This incident serves as a reminder authoritarianism feeds on fear. The antidote is courage. Gavin Newsom's example shows that when leaders stand firm in defense of democratic values, even the loudest bullies can be exposed as weak and hollow. Gavin Newsom's example shows that when leaders stand firm in defense of democratic values, even the loudest bullies can be exposed as weak and hollow. Thanks for watching.